Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. My name's Ethan. It is exercise of the week. Today we've got the bodyweight squat. Nice, simple, compound exercise. You know, it's one of those exercises that should definitely be a part of everyone's workout routine, regardless, you know, of their age, their weight, any contraindications, any sort of other abilities or restrictions they've got. This is definitely something that everyone should include into their programs, just for the reasons of it's great for overall health, your daily activities, because it's got that sort of hip mobility stuff into it. It's good for the people who have sedentary lifestyles, sitting at a desk, you know, stuff like that. So I would definitely include this into anyone's program. Anytime I give a program out to someone, I give them some form of a squat, hip movement, that sort of thing. So you should include it in your workout, and if you don't, well then I'm here today to kind of break it down a little bit for you and just show you how to do it. So it is, like I say, it's a great lower body strengthening exercise that includes basically all your lower body muscles. You know, any lower body muscles you've got. It's great for just strengthening those depending on your goal that you use to, you know, work towards that, and depending on the sets and reps and stuff like that. So 3 sets of 10, that's fine. You know, again, for any beginner or anyone that's looking to just kind of maintain or just sort of gain overall ability, 3 sets of 10 is fine. And we'll go into some, you know, progressions and regressions as well. Now the main muscles worked would be your glute muscles, obviously, your quad muscles. You know, you've got 4 in there, 3 in your glutes, and then, you know, a little bit of hamstrings, not too much hamstrings, they're a bit more secondary muscles, same as your calves, it's totally secondary. You're definitely using your core, especially as soon as you put weight on it and put a load on it, you're bracing your core really hard and you're having to obviously hold that position, and everything here is forced to work. So this is again one of those exercises that could be included as a core stability exercise that not a lot of people realise. They always do all these fancy moves, but stuff like this, it's great for core stability as well, once you add that load on, obviously. To get into position, what you want to do is, overall, there is also a standard stance to be in, but depending on people's hip mobilities and, you know, their knees and their lower back and stuff, some positions might work different for others. But just to start, to then figure out where your position is, you want to just go just outside hip width, and then what I like to do is, imagine the clock, you've got 10 o'clock, point that toe, 2 o'clock, point that toe. And then from there, you've got that nice hip width position with the feet just sticking out. Well, it's just past hip width with the feet sticking out. Again, some people like to keep it closer. If they manage to keep and maintain good posture all the way throughout and it's comfortable for them, then that's fine. You know, I prefer it a little bit wider, maybe, you know, just because it'll be down to my hips and stuff like that. So from here, once you find that hip position, you want to keep the chest up, shoulder blades back, and obviously we're just doing body weight. There's a thing called prisoner squats. And it's just, you know, imagine you're a prisoner and you've got your hands up. So try not to grab your head, slightly and gently touch. And then from here, you'll always get a conversation about breaking from the hips first and breaking from the knees first. They both have the positives and negatives. Keep it simple and try and do both at the same time. I'll not get into the debate of, you know, breaking from the hips first or breaking from the knees first. It is different things that different people say. Just try your best to do both. You know, might as well just get a best of both. So from here, you want to break from the knees and the hips at the same time. You go right down and up. The good reason for keeping the hands up is to keep your chest up, because as soon as you have your hands down, you're going to want to hunch over. So just keeping that, maintaining that posture right through, right down and then right up. And you're wanting to make that parallel level. You don't want to be going right down to the ground straight away. If you've not got weights and you're good at squatting or you've got decent technique, definitely break past parallel just to, you know, gain a bit more tension if you've not got any weights. But to begin with, just go at that parallel level. So what I mean is when you're going down, you just want to go there, you don't want to go right down. You see how my back started arching? You want to just keep it nice and parallel. Here and up. When at the top, squeeze the glutes in nice and tight. No thrusting forward, just squeezing tight and down and squeezing in. And what you've got to do is imagine you're standing by squeezing your bum. You're not standing just by bending your knees or straightening your knees, sorry. Try and actually imagine you're using that to stand up. Bringing everything up and up like that. We're in, and again from the front, take that nice stance, and here, and squeeze, and squeeze, just keeping everything nice and tight. When you're going down, make sure you're pushing the knees wide. You don't want to see any of this. Obviously, that's an exaggeration, but you never know. Just make sure you're pushing those knees wide, pointing the pinky toes into the ground. It's the best way to imagine it, and that keeps your knees nice and wide rather than here. Just try and imagine you're thrusting your pinky toes into the ground. Try not to turn your feet, obviously. But you're putting your pinky toes into the ground. So the 2 regressions for this are both included on a box. It could be a chair, your bed, sofa, you know, whatever you've got to work with just now. Preferably something solid, you know, I've got a plyo box here, but I don't think anyone's got it in their house. So something nice and a bit of sturdiness to it, you don't want anything that's shaking about too much. Now, one version is, again, you can make the lower the box is, the harder, the higher, you know, the surface is, the easier. But all you're going to do is just somewhat assume your squat stance with your feet. You have to put your hand on your head and then go down nice. So we're going to work in eccentric on this, which is lengthening the muscles nice and slow, so those quad muscles are lengthening nice and slowly when we're going down. From there. Because it's nice and slow, you can make yourself really aware of the movements that you're doing and kind of where your position in that is again. So just from there, nice and slow. And then the next regression is very similar. Is if you're not quite sure about where your stance is and stuff like that, or where your depth is going, you just start as usual, standing, touch the box and up. Touch the box and up. Now for this one, again, if you kind of want, this is actually kind of a perfect size box. You want something that is making you into that parallel position. It's okay if it is a bit high and you're up here. Squat's a squat. Yes, you can go lower and, you know, people might call it a half squat, but a squat's a squat. If you're bending the hips and bending the knees, you're squatting, and you're doing it to your ability. So from here, standing up, touch, up, and up. As soon as you touch it, it's up fast, and up. Now the 2 progressions, or multiple progressions that you can do for this, do end up just turning into totally different exercises, i.e. just adding weight. You know, adding weight to that squat, which could be barbell, which is holding the bar on your back, but that's a totally different exercise that I would like to show you in the future, because it's just a totally different technique in terms of how the posture works and having the bar on your back. That's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. My discount codes for my 2 ambassador companies will also be in the description. 27% off supplements and 10% off gym apparel, and I'll leave that down in the description below for you. So like, subscribe, comment and share, and I'll see you on Sunday for the stretch. Thank you.